four-wheeler there. Hey folks, Kevin here and Thea here. We're in the Cybertruck Thor, and we're going to do some full self-driving. Going to go to Costco in Camillus, New York. So you're welcome to come along for a ride with us and see how things actually are here. So this is my first time ever putting cameras in any vehicle, I think. So I've got one set up here that should be able to see Thea and I, and one set up here that should be able to see the screen here. We are in full self-driving right now, supervised. On this road, it's a 40 mile per hour speed limit, but it recognizes it at 25, so we'll see how things work out. No, it's turning right now. Why does it want to turn right? I'm going to go ahead and... You can go now. We got a stop sign here, so we'll see how things work. Apologize for that. First time really getting used to this. So this is supervised full self-driving, and means that I've got to be ready to intervene if the full self-driving makes a mistake for some part. Down here you can see a picture of where the truck is, and the path is a blue line ahead of it. You see the double yellow lines here on the side. With the Model Y, when we're using autopilot or whatever, we still have to have our hand and actually have some force holding on the steering wheel, so that it knows that the person's actually ready to intervene if necessary. Right now, the way that it's working, there's a small camera up here, and it's monitoring my eyes.
In 1 mile, turn left onto State Highway 3.
It's monitoring to make certain that I'm paying attention to the road and all. So it's decided that the way that I've got the Cybertruck set up right now is it's using the default speeding adjustment. So the speed limit, it reads the signs, it shows it's 45 miles per hour here, and it's set for max automatic. So it'll go at the rate of other vehicles, which I typically don't do. I'm somewhat conservative as I've gotten older. You know, in a 65, I'll do 70 miles per hour. But if everybody else is doing 75, this may do that. We'll have to see. Right now, it's just doing 45 miles per hour. So we'll see how things go. You'll see oncoming traffic over here. You'll see a parked car over here in the driveway. And I can, this is my rear camera there. I can move that over to the side and just leave the navigation here. When we go to back up, the camera will show both the side images and going backwards as well. So now we're turning left here.
Now turn left onto State Highway 3.
So we're at a red light right now, so let's see. The one thing that I noticed, and we'll have to see what this does. So we got the green light now. The one thing that this did do before, we're a little bit close to the double yellow lines there. It does do that. But the one thing I would say that I found fault with this unit was that what would actually happen is in school zones where there's a decrease during school operating hours, there's a decrease in the speed limit. It might be 15 miles per hour or 20 miles per hour, but if the speed limit is 35 miles an hour going on either side of it, I don't know if this version of the full self-driving does it or not, but the last version that we tried did not slow down for those school zone areas. Turn down the driver. Oh, it's, you know, I forgot. I can't really do that. I hit that as a voice command. Sorry, I hit the wrong scroll wheel to disconnect full self-driving. cool down the driver's side. Cool down the driver's side. So one of the things I do like about the Teslas is that there aren't buttons or dials anyplace. You have this screen. I think this is a 17 or 18 inch screen, and you just have a few buttons here on the steering wheel, and it's an odd shaped steering wheel, but it's perfect. I think it actually works out really well. So I have the voice. When I want to turn on the microphone, I just turn this. What it'll do is it'll turn down the temperature by 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Right now it's 75. Turn down the temperature, driver's side. What does it say there?
75 still.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm feeling hot. Cool me down. That's what that does. That dropped it down to 72 degrees. So I just have to learn the language that Tesla uses here. You can set the distance between the vehicle in front of you and yourself. So I've got it set for 3. You know, it's when I was young many years ago, you would have 1 car length, I believe, for every 10 miles per hour. So if you're going 55 miles per hour, you'd be between 5 and 6 car lengths behind the vehicle. And when you're young, you know, you're right up on top of them. When you get older, you sort of hold back some, but that can be annoying for other drivers. So what do you think about the comfort, Thea?
I think it's good. I do think the Model Y seats, the lumbar, are more cozy than this. It's a very comfortable seat, but I'm used to driving the Model Y.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto West 1st Street South.
And that's even more comfortable than this one.
Yeah, I think that the Model Y is the best vehicle we've ever owned. It's actually Thea's car, and it is fantastic. This is going to be our workhorse all around.
Now turn right onto West 1st Street South.
And so I'm pretty excited about it.
And the name of my car is Crystalline Light, and that's the Model Y, and they just let us go ahead and have full self-driving supervised. I think it was yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, so and you just have to speak up a little bit in case I don't know how well these cameras are going to show up. So I got a notification. They're always doing software updates on the Teslas, and that's really super handy because a lot of people will say that, oh, you know, I heard that I had a comment after posting that we welcome Thor home, this new truck, and someone said, geez, I know there's been a lot of recalls. And for the most part, when you hear Tesla recall, NHTSA, National Highway Traffic and Safety Organization, federal agency, what these recalls are they're just software updates. So it just happens while it's at home, plugged in. With the Toyotas that we had the Camry and the Prius, and you'd have to actually bring them in, spend a few hours there at their service center. Same thing with the Fords and the Chevy. So the recalls, for the most part, aren't. Now there was a pedal situation that they had that was sticking because of the way the carpet and the base of the pedal was. I believe that's the reason, which they did go ahead and fix those ones. The only other recall that I know about that was significant were the covers that go over the wheels. So the wheel covers, they actually were starting when you decrease the air pressure in the tires, those wheel covers would dig into the rubber. Now, most people it wouldn't affect unless you're doing something like you're going off-roading and you're decreasing the air in your tires to get better traction, when you're going off-road work. So that's one of the reasons. So when the off-roaders were decreasing the tire pressure, the rigid tire cover would actually start to dig in a little bit. Now it's why is it just going 35 here?
It just changed.
Well, it says maximum speed 50 here.
Yeah.
Now, I could do this, and it usually switches it up, but it just, and no one's behind me right now, so I don't know why that is.
Well, I don't know either, but that happened to me when I just used the full self-driving on the Y, and I had to use the gas, the pedal,
the accelerator,
and get it up to start getting up to speed, and then it took the right speed.
So I'm not touching the pedals at all right now, but I can. I'll just go ahead there. I'm just depressing the accelerator some to get it up to 50. I'll take my foot off the accelerator, and it's not slowing down. I'm not sure why that is, that it didn't go up to the posted speed limit.
But it did start to go up very, very slowly.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why. So what else? Some people were saying congratulations on the new Cybertruck. I love it. It's really, really nice. Melissa stopped by yesterday, and she thought it was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, she was impressed.
You can speak up a little louder.
Oh, yeah, she was impressed. She was like, "What is this?" And then she was like, she loved the inside, and she loved where you put stuff. What do you call that in the back? The trunk, kind of, but not a trunk.
It's the bed.
The bed. Yeah. She really liked that, and she loved how the cover went back and forth, and how you didn't have to struggle to put up the tailgate.
Yeah.
You know, she really liked that.
Yeah. So the tailgate is easy to lift, not like some big heavy. Like this is big heavy duty stainless steel. Everything's heavy on it. This vehicle, I think the gross vehicle weight on this empty is 6,660 pounds, something like that. And so it is a heavy truck. And the tailgate would be very hard to pick up if they didn't have some assist with it. And I like that it has a soft close as well, so it's going to securely lock. I really like the tonneau cover on this. This is the best cover for a pickup truck I can imagine. This is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, because it was always a pain in the butt with the Avalanche. You know, you got to take the 3 pieces off, which means you got to climb up into the truck to get the last one, you know, out.
Yeah, I know, but at the time in 2003, that was a fantastic advancement compared to the flexible material, whether they're canvas or whatever, which somebody could easily just stick a knife in, slice it down, and because we had those 3 sections of that cover for the pickup truck, we just never had any troubles with people trying to steal things out of the back of the pickup truck, because I've always had tools or supplies or medical equipment in the back of the truck. So yeah, and nowadays it's just tools and all. And that's some of the things I need to decide on, is how I'm going to organize everything. I got a tray for down below here in between the passenger and the driver, which is really neat. So that's pretty cool.
Like things you want to grab quick. I mean, even basic things like a flashlight or tissues or something, you know?
Yep.
But then you also ordered for under the back seat the storage thing.
Yeah, storage compartments that fit right up under there. It's very similar to the ones that Tesla sells, so a lot of people will mimic whatever it is that Tesla comes up with, and that's fine.
But that's probably a good place for like certain tools and things like that.
Yeah.
And you also have additional space in the bed of the truck, you know, where it lifts up in the back too for storage.
Yeah, a sub bed cargo area, which is really nice. We like that a lot. just so excited about having this vehicle now. You know, almost 5 years in the waiting. Boy, this guy's got something. His muffler's dragging there or something. Now that was a little bit abrupt here, but usually a vehicle that pulled out that long ago would be picking up speed a little bit quicker. But they've got their little trailer a bit overloaded there,
and this is only our second trip riding it. I mean, besides bringing it home. But
so we brought it home. Then we took one drive to Oswego, to the city of Oswego, after we got it late afternoon, and it's been sitting there. We've been doing farm work and so on. So I think this guy is a scrapper, picking up old refrigerators, freezers, those sorts of things, washers, dryer, and bringing them to the scrap yard. So I know there's been a lot of Tesla full self-driving YouTubers who regularly make videos of their YouTube of their full self-driving experiences as the versions keep coming out. This is not the latest version, but it's our first version getting it right now. They get released to some people. The next release goes out to a small minority of people first, and then go on out to other ones. I think this is 12.5.4. I think most people have 12.5.5, and 13 is supposedly coming out sometime soon. And 13's when they jump to another number, it's a major improvement. You see what that is dragging underneath the truck?
It almost looks like brush or something.
So it's a beautiful country day. It's been pretty cold this morning, and so we thought we'd go do this shopping trip that we want to do. I haven't been here in months. Yeah. So interested in whatever questions you have about the Cybertruck or full self-driving. If people have questions about it, the thing I would, as far as Teslas in general, I love the minimalistic approach to it. Now, when Thea had when Thea's Model Y got run into, we ended up having to get a rental vehicle that was a traditional internal combustion engine vehicle. You're not going to go straight, are you? Yeah. And boy, it had so many buttons and things, and even getting into the Avalanche right now, it just seems like a headache trying to figure out, remember where everything is. Now, it is odd getting used to not putting your Prindle, your park, reverse, neutral, drive, and low speed, not having a stalk here, but you just swipe the screen. That was nice of him. And then I'm so used to having and I'm not sure what that was. We get so used to having a turn signal on a stick on the side, maybe the washer, that sort of thing, or the radio dials, air conditioning, whatever it may be. But the turn signals are right here on the squircle, this not a yoke and not a full steering wheel, the traditional type.
Like they put the word circle.
Yeah, swircle. Yeah, swircle. Yeah. So I'm not sure why this is only going 53. What if I say, go a little faster? that's the large windshield washer right there. Turn off the windshield wiper. So the windshield wiper, when it is used, it will stop temporarily down in the lower position to prevent the water from weeping its way back up the windshield. So to do a swipe, rest down there for a couple of seconds so that the water can sweep out on either side of the washer wiper blade, and that works out well.
It's going to take me a little time to get used to the steering wheel because it's different than,
Yeah.
you know, the Model Y.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and say turn to the others. So I just hit the turn signal and overrode it here.
So it saw the speed limit sign.
Yes, it is doing it. It is doing it. But because of that car going slow there, I wanted to give it a little bit of acceleration. So maybe I need to go into the settings. So with full self-driving, there's the whole menu there, whether you want to be very cautious or be more aggressive, and there's different modes for the drive unit as well. We have it in comfort. I believe I left it in comfort, which means just a slow, relaxed, retired people drive. You can have it in sport mode. So I think it's just going to pay attention to the speed limits here as well. And you'll see the vehicles as they pass by showing up in the screen. The 18-wheeler up ahead of us up there. So I'll have to, I haven't done anything other than just when I picked it up, I've just said put it in reserved and comfort. And I'm just going to go, okay, so it did it on its own. I was about to find it, the turn signal there. So one of the things I'd say, even with autopilot in a Tesla, the person who's driving can actually have a more relaxed, enjoyable drive. Yes, you're still completely responsible for taking control of the vehicle, but you get to look out the windows and see around. So the one thing that some of the drivers, owners of the Cybertruck have stated is this A-pillar right up here on either side, that obscures their view. I gotta say, considering the vehicles that I've operated over the years, I think this is real good. Now you're talking, this is coming from this perspective of someone who's more time in a track loader with very limited visibility to see what you're doing, and but with this I feel like it's very, very luxurious.
I don't know, even from my, you know, I don't use the large equipment, but I think there's plenty of glass there in front. That
Yep.
color really doesn't seem to make me feel like I have blind spots or anything like that.
Do you want to sit up higher? You can make your seat higher if you wanted to, so you can see things. So it does.
I'll give it a whirl.
Okay. So I'm just making sure I'm not hogging this lane right here in the passing lane. So what was I going to say? So whenever I adjust something, whether I'm adjusting the steering wheel position or the mirrors or my seat, and I'll just do it real quick here. I'll just touch it to go up some. It says save, and I just saved this. So when I exit the vehicle, I'm just going to go ahead and tell it to get over into the right lane now. since that vehicle is going a little bit faster than we are. And so when I want to get out of, when I detach my my seat belt, it will automatically go into park and put itself into low profile and easy entry mode. So the seat drops down, the seat back goes back, the steering wheel goes in, the mirrors go in whatever direction you want them to go in. And as I can see when I was backing up, the mirrors actually tilt down some so you can see more of the ground. So that's nice. And I know many vehicles do those sorts of things nowadays. So, pretty cool. Some people have wondered with the electric vehicles and Teslas, like there's one woman who was panicking. She felt she was locked in her car because the screen had gone dead. So that can happen. The whole electronics here can disappear, but the vehicle's still safe. It's still going to drive itself correctly. And you can still take control by using the pedals and all that. And then the screen will refresh and come back on. We haven't had that with the Cybertruck. Did we have it with the Model Y? Do you
I don't think so.
I don't think we ever had it, but it can happen.
4 years.
Yeah, we had it for 4 years, and that never happened with us. But there is another prindle up here, so park, reverse, neutral, drive, right up in here, so that if the screen were to go bad and all. But this woman, and I'm getting sidetracked here, this woman in this video clip that I saw that was on a news clip, either she ran her car completely to zero, which is pretty hard to do. You really have to override things because it keeps warning you ahead of time that you're getting low. It's going to recommend going to a supercharger. It's going to do everything it can to try and make you aware that this is what you need to do to avoid running out of energy before you get to your desired location. And for some reason, her vehicle was dead, and she felt like she couldn't get out of it. But all of these doors have a mechanical, yep, it did that on its own. I was just about to hit the turn signal there. All right, so what do you, oh, jeez. Well, so I might have slowed down for that person, but that would have slowed things down back with me, and it's making the lane changes appropriately here. But there is a mechanical door opener to get out of the vehicle, but there's just an electronic button there, and it will open the doors just enough for you to go ahead and push it the rest of the way. So if someone were to get stuck in the frunk, if a small child got in the frunk, there's a button to push to open up the frunk.
In the front.
In the frunk. Inside of the frunk. So this person's coming right up. It's maintaining the lane really nice. I'd say it's doing really well. I would tend to hug the inside a little bit more. That's just the way that I typically am. We'll see how it is with potholes. But previously, it didn't do much with potholes. This road back here years ago, I was driving around that curve there, and a big freezer fell out of the back of a truck right in the lane up ahead of me. And so I'm always wondering what's going to happen. I've seen trailer become disconnected, first start wobbling back and forth when they had too much weight to the back end of the trailer. So, and I've had stones fall out of trailers that are hauling equipment or hauling gravel. So we always need to be aware of just what's going on. Now we're hugging this outer, okay, now it's correcting some. And it's not too far. We're going to need to get in our right lane, so we'll see how things, it's a mile and a half here, it looks like. So I guess Thor is deciding, well, should I try and go in front of this person? What should I do? And there's cars coming up on our left side here in the faster lane. Interesting that it is keep inching up here. So it's doing all of these.
In 1 mile, take exit 6 on the right onto New York 695 toward New York 5, Auburn.
So these vehicles learn, all of the Teslas all over the place are constantly learning. So is it going to go ahead and get over?
Now, the car that was in the right lane just got
Yeah.
behind us. It still has time.
Yeah. Well, someone's coming up back there. I'm going to get over now. Well, it's speeding up now to make the lane change, so that's good. So the computing system back at Tesla takes all the data in from all of the Teslas, even the ones that don't have full self-driving, and it's learning situations. A dog walks across the road. Some bizarre thing that
Now
somebody's...
take exit 6 on the right.
Some bizarre item
In
appearing.
1,000 feet, take the New York 695 ramp on the left toward New York 5, Auburn.
You know, a tree. Some of the videos that they show are kind of remarkable. They're like once in a million miles that you see some odd thing showing up.
Now take the New York 695 ramp on the left.
Will show up in the video or show up on the driving experience, and it learns from each one of these circumstances. So, you know, like Dirty Tesla and AI Driver, those are 2 YouTube channels. So it's doing all of this on its own. Really nice, very relaxing.
In 1 mile, take the New York 5 west exit on the right toward Auburn.
And so AI Driver and Dirty Tesla and Chuck, I can't. So there's a bunch of YouTubers that post videos all the time as they're exploring all of these different things, whether it's a single lane bridge, dirt roads, a trip, bearded Tesla. He just took his Cybertruck along with a couple other people, their Cybertrucks, and going in places where there are no superchargers to the Arctic Ocean. Remember that? They went on a road trip to the Arctic Ocean. So the more experiences that there are out there, the more amazing it can actually be. And that was good. Both lanes actually could make it here.
Now take the New York 5 west exit on the right.
But it elected to slow down a little bit to get over here in the slower lane. And ours will be just in 2 exits from here, so it's not too bad. Now the first time, 4 years ago, we used autopilot in Model Y. How did you feel on our first trip using autopilot?
I was really nervous. I mean, it's the first time in any car we did anything, you know, without us being totally on the steering
In 1
wheel.
mile, take the Hinsdale Road exit on the right.
It was,
I like being in control of it because I
Yeah.
can't read the mind of the computer.
yeah,
Now it's like, oh, no big deal.
yeah. This is actually much more comfortable, much more, you know, it's one of the things that I don't think I'd ever have a vehicle without full self-driving in the future. I can't see myself having a different vehicle than a Tesla. But that first, so we decided to take it out and try autopilot. And autopilot keeps the lane, and it has cruise control, adaptive cruise control, and is a lane keeper. And so we went down 104, single lane going each way, and it's a highway. It's one of the older highways and all. And it was nighttime, and there's it's a real busy one, 18-wheelers going both
Now take the
ways.
Hinsdale Road exit
And
on
I
the
had
right.
my hands right up here ready, just ready to intervene, I'll say. Because I was nervous, I was on
In
edge.
500 feet, turn right onto Hinsdale Road.
So I think this is something that people would expect is to...
Now turn right onto Hinsdale Road.
That's to turn right here?
There is an entrance that way.
Well, let's try. We've never gone in that way, but let's go in that
The
way.
first entrance is only an exit, but the second entrance by the hotel
Well, we'll
takes
see.
you in there.
We'll see how smart this full self-driving actually is here. But you know, if you were to go out and get it and do a test, if you're an intense type A personality, you're going to be very apprehensive about trusting the vehicle initially. I was. So
I was not just not trusting, I was scared.
yeah, you were. Well, you're scared of a lot of things.
Mm.
So I've never been in the entrance over here. We'll see what we do here. So do not enter here.
So it's up
Up a
past
little
this
ways.
hotel.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
In 500 feet, turn left.
Yep.
Now turn left.
Yep. Well, it seems to know where it's going.
So we have to go left. Let's see if she knows where.
No, she's going right.
That's not how you get in.
Are you sure?
We'll find out. Maybe this is a way I never knew. It's the secret way.
It's a special way.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the left.
Yeah. This is often quite a busy place. Yeah, this worked
Wow,
out
this
well.
isn't bad.
Yeah. Okay, we're going in
Less
here.
traffic going this way.
So,
Now your destination is on the left.
yep. So I'm going to intervene now and just take over, and I don't see any spots along there. If you see any spots, let me know.
I'll try here, see what happens.
I go in here. So the steering on this, the steer by wire and rear wheels and front wheels all steering is kind of amazing.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the left.
Nope.
Maybe we have to go to the next spot.
Do end trip here so she doesn't keep talking to us. Although she has a lovely voice.
Yes, very nice.
Yeah, there was a spot next to the shopping carts and another spot there. So we'll
You usually like to park away from
Yeah.
everybody.
gotta get used to using the right steering wheel here.
There's a couple right there.
Yep. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna see what this does. I'm telling it to park here. Keep an eye on that vehicle. There's people inside of it alongside of us there. Let's look over there.
Okay, but no.
Rear wheels are turning out there nicely. Just a second here. Okay. You think your door's okay there, hon?
Yeah.
I got-
Oh, it's lowering down.
What? Yeah, it's for easy exit.
Yeah.
So it's dropping down. So are you good with that door opening there? Because I could move over to this side more. What do you want?
Probably opening to maybe to the
Move
side.
over a little bit?
Yeah.
It looks like it parked very, very well, but I'm going to go ahead for a second here. Just move ahead a little bit.
Just because they have a big mirror, side mirror hanging out.
Yep. Yeah, those mirrors going down. And those, man, I got to say, this is nice. It didn't want me to go quite so far back, but I think we're okay.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm going to move ahead just in case.
That's very good.
We good?
We made it.
Hooray!
Whew,
Our first
yeah.
trip.
First trip to Costco.